Good evening to you all, our dear listeners. My name is Whitney Nakanjako. I'm a facilitator at Girls for Tech and Innovation Africa under the Education Project. I welcome you all to this third segment and an important session of our online talk show today. And it is powered to you by Girls for Tech and Innovation Africa. And our topic for today is creativity skills in the entrepreneurship journey, challenges and opportunities. Today, we are very honored to have Miss Assumpta Wida from the industry of pharmacy.
Good
Thank you
evening.
for joining us today, Miss Assumpta Wida.
Good evening, Whitney. Thanks for the invitation.
Again, to our viewers and participants, I welcome you all to this third to are your comments, questions, now Facebook pages. You're welcome, Miss Assumpta.
Thank you. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Miss Assumpta. Welcome back, Miss Assumpta.
Thank you, Whitney.
Sorry about the network. Can you introduce yourself to our listeners?
Yes, so I go by the name Assunta Vidak, and I would describe myself as driven, focused, determined, and talented, and exhibiting the character of Jesus Christ. I I was born in Cameroon, so I came to Germany at the age of 12, and I have just recently graduated from the University of Düsseldorf, which is located in Germany, and I did my master's in industrial pharmacy. My first degree I did it in pharmaceutical chemistry, and right now I'm pursuing or currently applying for PhD positions in pharmaceutical technology field. And I am the oldest out of three sisters, and yeah, so that's what I can say about myself. And so regarding the second, why am I to tell something about my field? So I am very passionate about the pharmaceutical industry, because kind of like see a lack when it comes to the industrial pharmacy in most of the African countries. And we know that health is very important. So I'm very passionate about it, and hopefully one day I can also support to grow up the industrial farm or the pharmaceutical industries in Africa, and therefore provide medications that are being produced and manufactured in Africa without without importing drugs from Europe or from Asia. And yeah, so for the second question, beside my passion of being in the pharmaceutical field, I also run a podcast which I launched during my master's in the second semester. Well, not really the best way to learn something, but I felt like that was the right time to do it, despite the stress that I had in the second semester. And I just had to go through it because I felt like that was what I needed to do, and also see that as my calling, and encouraging people to know their identity in Christ. So the name of the podcast is God's Spoken Word, and it's all about knowing your identity in Christ, discovering who you are in Christ, and knowing what God has in store for you. And so I am also a lover of Jesus Christ, this beside my scientific field. And the most difficult part for me, for the entrepreneur journey, was the initiating of the podcast or launching of the podcast, because in what I felt, I thought like I wanted everything to be perfect at the beginning, to have the right equipment, to have the right software for the recording. And I waited for a very longer period of time for me to actually um, get my budget together so that I can buy all those equipment. But because I also kind of like looked out of other podcasts and what they had and the quality, and I was striving for that high quality as well. Nevertheless, I do think that sometimes or most of the time we have to start with what we have, and then strive for a better content, strive for high quality, and give ourselves time. So you don't just, because those people that have that high quality of their businesses or anything that are doing, um, it's they needed time to get there, right? So it's actually step by step. So that's what I learned. So the most difficult part for me was initiating the podcast. And what I've learned out of it, sometimes you just have to take what you have and then to start, to just have the start and then continue and then strive for more, and for more quality and for more high, um yeah, for more quality, I would say. Well, for the third question, I will, yeah, so creativity and innovation definitely played and is still playing, um is still playing a very significant part of the podcast, because if I'm not creative enough, and if I'm not going with the trend of innovation, I can barely engage my listeners. So although I started just with the podcast itself, like just having the audio. Now I have launched a Instagram page where I have to think of how to be more creative, so that people can actually engage on the post that I'm posting, and go also, like, to have this, the engagement, to also go and listen on to the podcast on Spotify. And so I have to be creative, I have to use the right tools, I have to know, kind of like step a little bit out of my comfort zone, and to do things in that maybe I don't want to do, and to use innovation softwares, things in that can help me to promote, to promote the engagement, and to promote the podcast itself. So I think without having the creativity skills, and without using the innovation and part of it, I would definitely be behind and be lacking, because nowadays we see that creativity and innovation play a bigger role in our society, and it is important that we actually go with the flow, and use that for our own benefit in our entrepreneurial journey. Yes. So my advice for young girls and women out there that want to pursue a career in the scientific field, I would just say go for it. Don't look down on yourself as a woman, and as a woman, you also have the privilege to 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 be more in the scientific field. It will not be easy, because some people may judge you, some people may be against you, but the most important thing is that, what do you want? Is that what you want to pursue? Is that what you want to achieve? Is that where you want to be? And if that is what you want to do, you just have to go for it. You have to kind of like shut out everything that comes your way, and just go for it, because obstacles may come. Obstacles will come, not may come, they will come. And challenge, you face a lot of challenges, but nevertheless, as you are focusing on your goal and you're determined of doing that, let no one pull you down on what you want to do, on what you want to achieve, and let no other person actually tell you what you should do. I'm not saying that they should not take advices. Take advice, but make it to be your own, and understand yourself, know who you are, go for what you want, and continue basically to strive for your career. And nowadays, the scientific field is actually embracing a lot of women to take this path. So it's high time that women stand up, and to know that they are more than able to also be in a scientific path, and striving for their career, and they should not be scared. And I would just say that parents should encourage their children, especially the young girls and women, to go for it. Yeah, so be determined, be focused, and yeah, know who you are, and just go for what you want, despite the obstacles that may come your way. Mm,
Thank you, Mrs. Assunta and Mrs. Bajo Aimo. And on behalf of Girl for Tech and Innovation Africa, I would like to thank you for having you with us today. We are so grateful. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the invitation. It's my pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah, I really do appreciate, and I just hope that women or young girls and women can see that they're more than able to strive for what they want to go for. Yeah.
Thank you very much.